Hey folks, hope you guys are doing well. So we are starting on a brand new project. I have no idea how many videos this is going to take. Hopefully not too many. But this one I'm really excited about. This is for someone that I actually met at the 4Ds, which is Daily Digital Deep Dive with Gary Vaynerchuk over in LA. And this gal is just dynamic. I just hit it off with her right off the bat, and she wanted me to make her a sign, so that's what I'm going to do. This one is going to be, again, different than anything we've done. So the name of her company is Beautiful Disaster, and you guys probably have seen ads from her on Facebook. She's got an amazing clothing line her and her husband run, and their partner Jamie. It's an amazing company, amazing story. I love this chick. She's just awesome. You guys will love her if you guys go check her out. All of her links and everything will be here. But her that is what she wants on her sign. This is kind of their mantra. This is their mission statement. And they want a big sign, huh? Oh, it reads, with every fiber of clothing, it is our mission to empower the beautifully broken and the perfectly imperfect. And that says it all. She's just amazing. The things that she does for her community and what she calls her tribe is absolutely astounding. Go follow her on Instagram, on YouTube. I'm not sure if she's on YouTube. I'm not sure, but she's all over Instagram and Facebook, like all over it. So go check her out. She's amazing. Her name is Christina. And anyway, I just fell in love with her. So this sign is for her. So this is the beginning of it. And it's 18 by 48. This is a piece of that panel board, and you guys are going to see what?
Oh, I had the paper for your panel board left right there.
Oh yeah, this is a panel board. I think I bought this one at Home Depot. Yeah, so this is a panel board I've used in the past, but this time we're going to do something really different. I'm not even going to put a backer on this, which I normally do, and you'll find out why probably on the next scene. This is actually, if it looks kind of weird, it's got a thin brush coat of resin on it. So Vicky actually put a thin brush coat of resin on it, and I guess I'll let the bag out of the cat, so to speak. We're going to put resin on this. That'll be on the next scene. Anyway, it's going to be pretty cool. So stay with us. Vicky's shaking her head like I shouldn't have mentioned that. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But that's the reason you needed to know why we put resin on it. Because this is a real thin brush coat of resin, which Vicky is doing on her tables now. We find that with this stuff and with the rounds, that it seals it up so that we don't get as many bubbles coming up from voids and stuff. So anyway, I actually used some of the Star Bond to fill some of the real thin cracks, and then we put a brush coat of resin on the front and on the edges. So we'll move on, get to the next point, and the next thing you'll see is I think is Vicky. So we'll be right back.
Okay, hello. This is my part of the collaboration that Eric is doing with Beautiful Disaster. And I am going to attempt, which I've done it before, we did test pieces and it worked out really cool. This is going to be a pink marble surface that Eric will do his part on. So we measured it out, and it says I need 30 ounces of resin. I'm going to make 32 ounces of resin because I have to do different colors and stuff like that. And I have my extra piece for my dirty pour if there's anything left, which there should be. And again, that'll be a clock. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I have pink, or excuse me, I'm going to make a bright pink. So we have red and white that we are going to make our pink. We're going to add a little bit of black marble, a little bit of white marble. So I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to mix 16 ounces of resin and 16 ounces of hardener to make 32 ounces. So I'm going to mix that off camera. It's going to take about 5 minutes, and then we'll be back and we'll show you what we're going to do. torch so Eric can hopefully happy. See the hair. There you have it.
There it is. Okay, so what's the next step?
The next step is we're going to let it set for a few minutes so I can torch it again, and then we're going to cover the whole thing and leave it overnight. It'll be done, dry in a few days, and then Eric can do his thing, and then we'll be back.
Okay.
So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, guys.
Hey guys, all right, we are ready to move on with this beautiful disaster sign. So the last thing you guys saw was this this board, our base being poured, and it came out just amazing. I absolutely love it. This is my mock-up of the actual size. This is the exact size it's going to be, but this is just regular paper. I'm going to be using the freezer paper transfer, so that says beautiful disaster. Well, you can see what it says. Anyway, so what I did was I've done a couple experiments with trying the transfer method on this resin, and I tried one with it kind of roughed up a little bit, and I tried one with it perfectly smooth the way it is here, and it seemed to me like it worked both ways, but the transfer seemed to work a little bit better when it was roughed up a little bit. So what we're going to do is, off camera, Vicky's going to go and sand this, what'd you say, with your 80?
I think 80.
Yeah. Just give this an 80 grit sand, and then when we come back, we'll have these printed out with out the real layout, which is going to be the same size as this, hopefully, and we'll do that transfer process and get this on there so we can move on to the carving. All right, folks, we're ready to lay this thing out. So where we left off, we had done the mock-up, which is here. This should, hopefully you can see through the paper. This is a full size.
Turn it. No.
Turn it.
Right there. Don't move. Okay. Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So this is full size. This is exactly the same as our real layout, which is right now down on the board. So I used this, laid it down, and put some masking tape for my registration marks. And now we've got our real one that is done with freezer paper. And I actually, in case you guys don't know, there's a playlist called Transfer Process. So, or you can go watch these videos, number 310, number 305, and LTS 8/25/18. But this is a freezer paper transfer with inkjet printer. If you guys haven't seen any videos on this, go watch those videos and they'll go into a lot more detail. So, I've got it all set. All I have to do, hopefully, theoretically, is flip it over, tape it down, and do the transfer. So let's try and give that.
Toes crossed.
Yeah, yeah. There's a monsoon going on outside right now. We had to get really creative to get all of this to the studio. So. Hopefully it won't smear too bad as I'm putting it into position. Yeah. Okay. My tape is off a little bit at the bottom here, but I think it's going to be just fine. All right, I'm going to tape it down. So
and you sanded it, right?
yeah, that's what I was just going to say is Vicky took it out and sanded down the surface to give us a little bit more roughness for this this stuff to grip to. It seemed to me like when I did my testing, it seemed like I got a little bit better look on the transfer when I had a little bit of a rough surface. So I think I'll just do each individual one. I can kind of see through there. So hopefully this won't take too long, guys. Now I could have done this a different way. I could have, you know, cut all these letters with my laser and laid it out my traditional layout letter way, but you know, not a lot of you guys have lasers to be able to do that, so I wanted to be able to show a good way to transfer this stuff that you guys can do. By the way, I don't think we've mentioned it yet. The way we printed this out is with the website rapidresizer.com. Works. No, I just love that thing. Vicky really has become an expert at using that website, and it will make it whatever size you want, and then print it out in tiles with little margins, and works really, really well. Vicky did a video, I don't know, what's it been, a year, 2 years ago? Probably a couple years ago, on how to use Rapid Resizer. I'll put a link or tell you what video that is. I'll either put a link down below or tell you across the screen what video to go watch if you want a tutorial on Rapid Resizer from Vicky. She's really good at it, among other things. Can't see too much through the paper, but it looks like I've got an idea of where most of this stuff is. The cool thing is, if it doesn't transfer exactly the way I want it, I can flip it back down and do it again, or I can just draw it in by hand. Almost all of this stuff, these bottom letters are all block, straight lines. All right, let's see what we got. Moment of truth. Oh, don't look. No. Yeah.
Wow. That's good. Yeah.
So what happens is where that overlap, there's a little bit of an overlap there. Here it didn't matter, just down here and where that overlap. So those are the places where it always kind of misses a little bit. You have to put a little bit more pressure. I'm going to lay that back down. I'm going to try and take it one area at a time. Yeah. All right, guys. That's really all, you know, all you guys need to see for that. So you guys kind of have an idea what I'm doing. Now I'm just going to put more pressure in these overlap places and try and get a little bit better transfer in those areas. So we'll shut this down here. We'll come back and all the layout will be done. Then I think we can get into carving. All right, guys, there it is. I spent probably, beyond what you guys saw in the last scene, probably another 10-15 minutes just making sure everything was where I needed to be and how dark I needed it to be. But really super happy with the way the layout looks. I think that's going to give me plenty of idea where I want that line to be. So that is pretty much it. Oh yeah, and you know, just to head off a couple questions, so you guys can go watch those other videos, but just in case you're wondering, this is freezer paper, cut 8.5 by 11 sheets. I'll put, you know, if you go watch those other videos, it's in our Amazon store. I think it's, what's the name of it? J. Wilkins or something like that. Anyway, it's great stuff. Works really good. I coated it with silicone before I printed it out. Silicone spray like this, which helps it transfer that much better. Just something that we figured out over the last year or two. And you know, a lot of people say, well, how long after you print it, how long do you let it dry before you actually apply it? But that's the wrong way to think about it. You don't want it to dry. You want it, when you print it, you want it to be fresh. Now it's still, if I go down there, it'll smear right now. We probably transferred it 45 minutes to an hour ago, and it'll stay wet for a long time, but eventually it will dry. Then you lose the whole idea of being able to transfer. So I'm going to
fix the eye
here.
Yep.
Well,
you lost your dot.
Oh, lost the dot. All right, I'll fix that. Anyway, so that is it. We're going to let this dry overnight, and hopefully it'll be nice and dry and it won't smear while I'm carving. If I find that it will, then I'll cover it with packing tape and carve through the packing tape. I'm hoping I don't have to do that. Anyway, guys, that is it. So the next scene, we'll get right into the carving. Well, guys, we're going long on this one, so we got all the layout done. We got the, you know, everything's pretty much ready to start carving. So that's what we'll start on the next video, on video number 2. We'll get a lot of the carving done and just go as far as we can. But we just can't have these things going really, really long. So apologize for the kind of leaving you on a cliffhanger there, but the carving will all start on the next video. So thanks so much for watching. We love you guys. If you have any questions, be sure and email me, eric@makeawoodsign.com. If you haven't subscribed yet, we'd love for you to subscribe. And don't forget to click the little bell icon, because we put out 4 videos a week now. And we're on Instagram every day at Make a Wood Sign. And don't forget, all of the beautiful disaster links will be in the description below. So definitely go check out Christina and their company. They're doing some amazing things over there. Anyway, guys, we'll see you on the next video. We love you. Thanks. Bye-bye.